Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a return to subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I covered this story a couple of weeks ago, and it's about this moron right here. This 17-year-old idiot is Nikita Kitsap of Waukesha, Wisconsin. This is the guy, ladies and gentlemen, of Russian descent that killed his mother, Tatiana Kitsap, and his stepfather, Donald Mayer, took their car, took the family dog, and ran and was caught in another state, trying to get his way to Ukraine. You know, trying to get out of the country to Ukraine. Not only did he do that, this guy, this spoiled kid, jumped up and killed his mom and stepdad and stayed in the house with the bodies and showed their bodies on social media while talking to people and a Russian interpreter, before leaving the house 2 weeks later. So he's in the house with the decaying bodies and showing them off and all this type of stuff. The reason why he got caught is because of welfare check from from the school system, because he hadn't came to school in 2 weeks, turned up, and the bodies was found, but by that time, he had already left. More information has come out that this guy was attached to a neo-Nazi group in an effort to kill President Trump and in his manifesto. So now we got a motive, but I'm not surprised by any of this stuff. This got incel behavior written all over it, and we've seen this before. Take a look at this, and I'm gonna come back with some serious commentary. Some people might not like it, but it is what it is. Check it.
Now to a Wisconsin teenager accused of killing his parents to fund an alleged plot to kill President Trump. ABC's Christiane Cordero joins with the latest. Good morning to you.
Hey, Will, good morning. So many questions with this one. According to the warrant, a grandparent and a school resource officer called for a welfare check. It had been about 2 weeks since anyone saw the teen or his parents.
This morning, newly unsealed court documents allege this Wisconsin teenager, Nikita Kitsap, killed his parents as part of a larger plot to assassinate the president and attempt to overthrow the U.S. government. Kitsap's mother, Tatiana, and stepfather, Donald Mayer, were found shot and killed in their Waukesha home during a welfare check in late February.
The body was appeared to have been deceased for some time, was unable to definitively identify who it was.
Investigators say the 17-year-old Kitsap killed them to obtain the financial means and autonomy necessary to carry out his plan. Officials add they found material on the suspect's phone related to a neo-Nazi group described by the FBI as a satanic cult. They also say they discovered a 3-page document allegedly written by Kitsap calling for the start of a revolution to, quote, save the white race. The documents allege Kitsap paid, at least in part, for a drone and explosives, and that other parties knew of Kitsap's plan, adding some even offered advice and assistance. Kitsap was arrested in Kansas after police say he drove through a stop sign in his parents' car.
Kitsap is in custody on a $1 million bond. He has not yet entered a plea, Gio, and is scheduled to be arraigned in May. Gio.
Okay, all right, Christiane, thank you so much.
A federal search warrant, unsealed Friday, details a murder plot as part of a plan targeting President Donald Trump. The documents attribute that plot to 17-year-old Waukesha student Nikita Kitsap. Charged in the shooting deaths of his mother, Tatiana, and stepfather, Donald Mayer, inside their home February 11th. According to prosecutors, the teenager stayed inside the home with their bodies for 12 days.
Victim B body was appeared to have been deceased for some time, was unable to definitively identify who it was.
Police arrested Kitsap in Kansas weeks later, finding him with his stepfather's car, gun, and $14,000. The motive for the murders, according to the federal warrant, was to use that money to fund a plan calling for the president's assassination, to, quote, foment a political revolution in the United States and save the white race. According to the records, Kitsap shared an affinity for the neo-Nazi group, the Order of Nine Angles. And they also reference a 3-page manifesto quoted as saying, as to why, specifically Trump, I think it's obvious. By getting rid of the president and perhaps the vice president, that is guaranteed to bring some chaos. The records show Kassab on the platform's TikTok and Telegram discussed buying a drone to use in an attack. And investigators say he told a classmate, quote, when they saw 10 consecutive attacks in the news, it would have been him.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of this fucktard, 17-year-old Nikita Kitsap. Another wannabe that don't fit the moniker or the description of what he wants to be. This motherfucker's Russian and want to be a neo-Nazi. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Had a manifesto where he want to kill the president and possibly the vice president. Just kick off a race war. I'm gonna tell you something. Every time you see people that are in these neo-Nazis groups or whatever, the way they're shown on TV, they always look like what? Grown-ass men that are still trying to find themselves through camaraderie with other ignorant assholes like themselves. And you got younger kids that glorify that and want to be it. If you think about it, this guy's Russian. Want to be a part in helping create the Aryan race through the neo-Nazi propaganda. Motherfucker, you don't even fit what they say a Aryan looks like, i.e. blonde hair, blue eye. What the fuck role you think you play in that? You Russian. That shit started in Germany. See the dumb shit? It's got incel written all over it. That's the thing. Everybody nowadays coming up, a lot of these younger kids that trying to find themselves always want to be the bad guy. Everybody want to be Bane and Batman. Anarchist society. Kick off a race war. Motherfucker look like he's scared of his own damn shadow. You ain't do no manly shit and take your parents out by a hand. You shot him like a bitch. Because your stepdad would have fucked you up. And speaking of this is an ungrateful son of a bitch. Look at that house. Them people well off. They doing well for themselves. Most likely off of the father's dying with the help of the mother. Your mother, fool. And you gonna sit up there and do these people like that? Show the stepdad on to people on camera? Yeah, this is body. He's stinking. Ooh. Yeah. What? Then on top of that, you had this criminal mastermind to pull this plan off and run the fucking Ukraine. Yeah, maybe I can make a life there. You know, I did the story, so I know all this stuff. Yeah, maybe I can get a life there and all this other stuff. You got caught with $14,000 in your pocket. Where the fuck you think that's gonna get you anywhere out of the United States? And it was your stepdaddy's dime and his car and all that stuff that you used because you didn't have it yourself. So you killed them and then used their stuff, your own mom, in an attempt to be something that you're not. Sinful. I don't give a shit about none of this. This is a treasonous act against the American people. Anytime these motherfuckers get caught with this, I'm going to set off a war, I'm going to start civil war and all of that. That right there is an act against the American people, and it should result in death on the spot once it's found out that you the one that did that shit. I don't give a fuck who you are, what color you are, but you do this shit. If it was up to me, motherfucker be gone. We'll erase your name. You won't be in history. You won't be known as somebody that tried to do something that got caught. We'll get rid of you. We'll evaporate you like smoke. Your name, your whole existence. You be out of here. Always these stupid motherfuckers don't know nothing about nothing, want to cause something and cause everything to happen to everybody. It's unacceptable. America need to go back to how it was in the late 1800s, where when they catch you doing this type of shit, they get you out of here immediately. Fuck a fair trial. How do you get a fair trial when you were trying to disrupt the whole system in itself anyway? Like I said, this has incel written all over it. This is what happens when you don't monitor your kids and give them a lot of time and don't put filters on shit for them to watch. And they're a lot of them are weak-minded, and they get easily impressed by people that are unimpressionable. Don't you think about that? This guy's a fucking idiot. And he shouldn't be in jail. He should be in a body bag, my opinion. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. You killed your own mom who brought you into a situation to try to give you a better life by marrying this man. And now both of them are dead. That in itself is unexcusable And that shit ending right there. See you in the next video. Take care.